Everything Project Lead the Way has been doing does actually align with industry professionals, like looking at the curriculum, looking at their test questions, evaluating, is this current in the industry or does that need to be thrown out because it's old and obsolete? So the teachers are constantly getting newer information and they're able to pass that along to the students.
Hi, welcome to another episode of the Proud to be LBUSD podcast. Today, our guest is Jennifer Nolan, who is a Project Lead the Way coach. Today, Jennifer will be talking to us about Project Lead the Way and its educational programs. So, thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So, I was wondering if you'd start off by introducing yourself, your name, your position, and how long you've been involved with Project Lead the Way.
Absolutely, yeah. So my name is Jennifer, as you know, Jennifer Nolan. I've been with Project Lead the Way as a coach I've been with this position for 4 years. So I came from the middle school world where I taught science, math, computers, technology, all the STEAM fun stuff. And then I was really blessed to get this role 4 years ago, and I've been in it ever since and just loving the work with Project Lead the Way. And just loving working with the students, with the teachers, and since you're a Project Lead the Way student yourself, you know how amazing the program is and why it's such a great, position to have.
No, yes, I love the program. I've been involved with it since seventh grade, and so I'm very grateful to be interviewing you today and getting to know more about the back end of kind of what goes into my learning and my educational experiences. But yeah, it genuinely is a really great program. And I know you mentioned you joined 4 years ago, so I was wondering how did you learn about it? How did you get involved? And what does your position entail as a coach?
So, it was an interesting, I guess, evolution because when I started in the district, I was hired in because I was a female who had a technology background, so I was brought in to start teaching computers 23 years ago. So it's been a long time. And the principal who hired me in specifically wanted a female because at that time, there were really not a lot of females in the technology field and, representing our girls in the schools. So it kind of started back then, because I had a master's in technology that I was invited into those spaces. So I started to get involved in a lot of this technical education earlier than a lot of people did. So, it just kind of went from there, and then my experiences led up to, working at Project Lead the Way schools and getting to know about the Project Lead the Way program, and when this position opened up, I applied and, they were like, "You know what? You have this middle school background, and we are expanding our middle school programs," and as you know from doing the middle school programs, they're so amazing. So in the last 4 years, we've actually become the biggest gateway. Gateway is the middle school program for Project Lead the Way. We've become the biggest gateway district in California in the last 4 years, which is awesome.
Wow, that's incredible. And it's so incredible to see that you're like one of the first females and like one of the first women to be a part of the program. And that's incredible. I love
Thank you. Yeah, it was exciting. It was, coming in as a teacher, knowing that you're impacting girls, especially, especially back then, it was exciting because there were only male computer teachers, so our girls never had the opportunity to see, females in that role, so it was really exciting.
no, that's so inspiring. As a woman in STEM, I really respect that.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad.
And so you mentioned that Project Lead the Way has Gateway and it has like for middle school courses. So for those who are tuning into the podcast and have no idea what Project Lead the Way is, I was wondering if you could kind of expand on that and what its mission is.
Sure. So Project Lead the Way goes from pre-K to 12th grade. So we have a pre-K, which is amazing, right? Like the ones can learn all about STEM at that age. Um, so that program that goes into the elementary programs is called Launch. And it's all, obviously is simpler, not as demanding as what you're doing right now, the rigor of a high school course. But it introduces those concepts in a very hands-on, fun way, and the kids get to do fun little cute labs and read cool little books, and it's really cute. It's adorable. And then middle school, as you know, you kind of get a little bit more of the meat and potatoes. We call that the gateway program, and they're kind of like the beginning of students getting to see engineering, computer science, and biomedical. So those are the three focus areas in Project Lead the Way. And in our middle school programs, there's the exposure kind of starts so students can think about what they want to do in high school and beyond. And then, of course, we have our high school programs, which you're part of. So we have engineering, which has been the backbone of Project Lead the Way is their engineering program, then their computer science program, and of course, their biomedical. So preparing students there who want to go into the medical fields. So that's in a nutshell, like, what Project Lead the Way is all about if somebody doesn't know anything about it, and it's a nationwide, national, award-winning program that's been researched, studied, utilized. It actually gives our students, which is pretty cool, and you may know this already, but it gives them preferential admission to our UCs. There's actually a checkbox on the, applications for college for it. Um, Many of our classes give our students in high school college credit, so they're equivalent to courses taught at college, which is pretty amazing. So it's phenomenal. When you go into a Project Lead the Way classroom and you see the kids doing hands-on activities and learning and talking about their learning, it's amazing. And you know because you're a student, right? It's rigorous and fantastic and hands-on.
Yeah, no, I think the Project Lead the Way does a really great job of introducing you to STEM, but also making you more passionate about it. Because the first course I took was in 7th grade, and that was a robotics course, and then from there is when I started to realize that, like, "Oh, this is kind of I wanna go into computer science, and I wanna go more that pathway." Yeah, so it's really incredible that you guys are starting from pre-K now, so students can really start getting a kind of an idea of what they wanna do, like, so early, and even if not, like, they just get that they have that experience.
Exactly, and the early exposure, the more we learn about early exposure to these things, especially like we were talking about for girls and for children of color who don't always get those exposures at home, it's like so important to have these early opportunities as much as we can. So having the program now being gateway in the middle schools, that's huge for me, especially coming from the middle school background as a former middle school teacher and sort of seeing, "Oh my gosh, our kids are not getting exposed to this hands-on project-based learning," you know?
So, you mentioned project-based learning, so what does, like, a PLTW class look like?
So, they it so varies depending on where you go in and when you go in, for example, if you go into an engineering class, right? Like, last week I was lucky enough to go into multiple, which is my life, which is exciting, multiple classrooms. Like in one class, we had students building robots on one side of the room and then doing a battle, like a battle royale in their pit. And they were talking about all the changes they were making to their robots. On the other side of the same classroom, because it was a mixed grade, we had students building a robotic car wash. And this was like a mix of sixth, seventh, and eighth graders. And that was fantastic, and then I went into some other classrooms. Oh, that was over at Newcomb, over at Sato, and I got to see, students who were working on aerospace projects, who were programming, like, computer parts, who were actually building pieces that are going to go onto a real satellite that's gonna be launched with SpaceX in collaboration with UCLA. Then I went over to Cabrillo and I saw, like, a project they had done with, building, like, engineering parts for hearts, and they had gone to Edwards Life Sciences and visited the labs there and learned how surgeons actually replace heart valves. So, you can literally go into different Project Lead the Way classrooms, as you know probably from your experiences, and see all sorts of different amazing things that students are experiencing.
That's incredible. So, every Project Lead the Way course doesn't look the same. Even at different schools, it probably doesn't look the same every course.
Right, yeah, it totally takes on the personality of the teachers too. So, I have to say and this is me being a little bit biased, but our Project Lead the Way teachers are amazing. They're just fantastic personalities, they're very passionate about what they do. Because Project Lead the Way does require additional training, it means that the teachers have to go to that training, and they have to be willing to take extra time and do extra learning, and then keep up with the curriculum because the curriculum gets updated all the time by Project Lead the Way in collaboration with industry experts. So it's never like a stagnant curriculum, it's always getting updated, always getting changed, so it's very dynamic.
That's incredible. I can definitely see that in my Project Lead the Way teachers. I can see their passion and that
Oh, good.
the fact that they took the initiative to want to teach something a course like this, such a hands-on interactive course, is incredible, and you get to work with them more often, right?
I do, yeah, it's an amazing thing. I feel really lucky to be able to work with the team of Project Lead the Way teachers and students because honestly, it's the same with students, you know? I go in and I see students like yourself with a lot of passion and able to speak so clearly about what you're learning and knowing the, like, language of the discipline and how to talk about these things in a way that you could actually go into a position in a job and hold your own, you know? Not just go in like, "I'm just a student, I don't know," but go in and go, I'm a student and I went into Project Lead the Way and I learned this and this and this, and I could actually talk to you about this and this and this is amazing.
No, for sure, for example, like, I took a computer science course, and, through the computer science course, I didn't just learn how to code Python, but I also learned how to apply it, like, I created my own games, and you create your own projects through it, as well as getting AP credit or being able to take the AP exam through the course was incredibly helpful as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love the application part because it means it's real world, right? It's not just some concept that you learn in school and go, "I'm never gonna use this."
Exactly, I feel like it's nice that you're able to apply what you learn. But you mentioned the teachers as well, and so there's teachers and there's students, and you work with the teachers, so I was wondering, what does the coaching kind of process look like? And as a coach, like, what has been your experience?
So it's really exciting to be able to work with the teachers and the process is it's very individualized. So I work with so many teachers. So there's like the big picture across the district would be, the trainings and professional developments for teachers and then the support that we try to provide for teachers across the district who teach Project Lead the Way because there are additional pieces to Project Lead the Way that are above and beyond, a traditional class. So making sure that they get that technical support and, the updates on the curriculum and all that kind of stuff is kind of like a big picture. So sort of I don't wanna say one size fits all, but let's say for all the engineering teachers, I might be able to do it professional development and all of the computer science and all of the biomed, they may need certain things, as a group. And then there's more like on the individual level or on the school level where like sometimes I'll sit down with a group of teachers, and we'll kind of brainstorm or look at things that we need to do together, or we'll come together in a certain area and be like, okay, how can we work with two different areas like biomedical and engineering to put some projects together that the kids can work on at the same time. And then sometimes it's just working individually with teachers. So how can I support you? What kind of help do you need? Um, so for like example, some of our older teachers who struggle with the technology, sometimes they need more like hand holding with the steps of technology, for example, versus our younger teachers who are like, I got this. So it's a very individualized kind of thing.
No, I can see that, and I see that how it benefits, like, both is it benefiting, like, the teachers and the students and as well as, like, the school? So I was wondering if you could touch into that, like, how does it benefit whether it is the student or, like, the teacher or the whole school? Kinda how specifically does it benefit these groups?
So there's a lot of research about Project Lead the Way and how it impacts students. So having a teacher who feels confident and creative, in how they teach and knows their curriculum, knows their materials, and feels supported in that, it gives the teacher that confidence to go into the classroom and deliver the lessons in a very, like, passionate and excited way, kind of like what you said you experienced with your teachers, versus, if a teacher is not feeling that passion, it's so much harder to teach it, and excite the students. So having the teachers feel that support and have that passion definitely impacts students. And then for students, what I find is for them to see, like, a hands-on application, like, when I was talking to those students at SATO, for example, who are creating this rod to go into a real satellite that's going to be orbiting with SpaceX, and they're going to work with a team at UCLA. They were very. It was amazing just to hear the way they were able to speak about it. There's so much passion in the students, so much knowledge and understanding. Versus, like, if you go into a lot of classrooms, that's not there. So that's how I see it impacting and benefiting students is that it's giving them confidence, it's giving them real world skills, it's giving them soft skills, it's giving them collaboration skills, communication skills, being able to just the power of just being able to tell someone what you're doing and to be able to explain it, and not just go, like some students go, these students are able to actually explain it using industry language, which is amazing and powerful.
No, that's incredible. The fact that you're working with industry professionals and Project Lead the Way is constantly evolving and developing is so different from an ordinary class where you may just have a textbook and use that same textbook for years. So the fact that's updating with, like, current events and like, like, I don't know, current discoveries is very nice.
Yes, yeah, it is, and I love that too because, like, everything Project Lead the Way has been doing does actually align with industry professionals, like, looking at the curriculum, looking at their test questions, evaluating, "Is this current in the industry, or does that need to be thrown out because it's old and obsolete?" So, the teachers are constantly getting newer information, and they're able to pass that along to the students, so the curriculum sometimes gets, like, an overhaul And sometimes for teachers, they're like, "Do you realize this is what happened?" And then I have to go in and go, "Oh, let me see what the changes are so I can support the teachers and make sure they get what they need to be able to continue that work with students."
No, that's great, and then I love also how you mentioned that there was kind of you're trying to integrate multiple fields and kinda make it integrated learning, so I was wondering if you could touch on that as well.
Definitely, that's really exciting for us. So, like, the example of the heart, right? Like, that heart valve replacement, that's an engineering class, and it's like, well, we don't always think of, like, heart valve replacement and engineers, but you've gotta think who creates those designs, it's an engineer, right? And then with the computer science side of things, the computer design, the computer-aided design, and all the metrics and all those things that we need the programmer side of things to do. So we've got all of these different pieces that ultimately learn to work together. So what I've seen at, some campuses is there's a lot of, student projects where, maybe the students have a lot of background in the biomedical side, and they're trying to create a solution to a problem, but they need their engineering peers to come in and help them with, like, pieces of the design process that they haven't gotten exposed to. So it's lovely to see the collaboration because in real life, as you know, that's what it is. It's not like you work in a silo away from everybody else. You work in collaboration with other people.
No, that's incredible. PLTW definitely does feel like you're already in the giving you a head start into the industry
Mhm.
versus just a regular, ordinary computer science class or an engineering class. You really feel like you're already kind of getting a head start.
That's awesome, and that's the idea. So I'm glad to hear that you feel that way as a student too.
Yeah, it's incredible. And then I was like, so how does PLTW, you mentioned that they're doing research and they're constantly evolving. And so in terms of its mission, how does it hope to kind of expand that mission further?
So I know that they're constantly looking at how they can improve classes for students and teachers. And I know that one of the things that I was just at a meeting last week, and their CEO was talking about like how they were going to add more classes for like manufacturing. So they're always looking at the trends and the data in the industry and hearing from their industry partners about how can we take what we've got, make that better, but also are there other areas that we should be looking at, supporting and providing classes for, because as you know, like 25 years ago, cybersecurity wasn't a thing. It didn't exist. Now it's a thing, and there are jobs out there for people. So they're trying to keep their pulse on what those things will be as they go forward so that our students can be prepared to go out and get jobs. And um, you may be aware that every Project Lead the Way high school course has a course resume, and that course resume, we've had stories of students printing that out and going to job interviews and being able to get, jobs using that course resume even without a college degree. So that's pretty awesome.
Wow, that's incredible. I didn't know that's incredible. I think that's great for students who are currently taking Project Lead the Way classes or about to really hear, like, all of the benefits. And so you've touched on how Project Lead the Way is special. I was wondering if there are any other benefits that, like, you wanted to mention or
Oh my gosh, I could go on and on about it. As you can tell, I just think it's so great for students to have the experiences. To me, there's nothing like having a hands-on experience in any field. So when you teach, and I have taught math and science and all of that, computer science, in a vacuum, it's not as meaningful to anybody. Like we're all the same, right? We like to touch, hear, see, And so when you have a curriculum like Project Lead the Way where students are actually getting involved, they're touching, they're feeling, they're seeing, they're doing, and they're collaborating and they're explaining it and working together on things. I think the impact of that is tremendous because it doesn't just teach them the theory and the information that we're trying to convey as far as like the curriculum, but it also teaches them how to like go into a workplace, how to go into the world, how to work with different people, how to be in a place of diversity and work with diverse thoughts, ideas, people, attitudes, and still be able to come to the consensus on a product. So I feel like we're doing a lot in terms of teaching kids how to go out into the world and be productive, as far as being good employees, being good citizens, being able to work together, all of those amazing skills that I was just reading a thing in Forbes talking about how employers are looking for those skills now more than anything else. So I think that's the biggest service we could do for our students.
no, that's incredible. As a student, I'm very grateful to have taken Project Lead the Way classes. I've been taking them since, like, 7th grade, so I've been able to experience all the different forms of it, and I think there truly is no class like a Project Lead the Way class.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you had that experience and you had fun, right, while you were learning?
No, definitely. The classes are very fun because the projects are very unique. Like, especially the hands-on ones, like the engineering ones, you're able to pull out Vex gears and Vex parts, or whether in the like computer science courses, they have so many games that you can try to code.
Yeah.
And the help is like on the website, the help is so like it's like so helpful to like look back and forth and be able to contact your teachers for help and
Yeah.
things like that as well.
That's awesome. What do you think is, like, the biggest thing for you as a student that you've gotten out of Project Lead the Way?
I believe the biggest thing I've gotten out of Project Lead the Way is truly the people I've met in Project Lead the Way, as well as the experience. I think before entering my Project Lead the Way courses in ninth and 10th grade, I didn't really know what computer science was like. I knew that you code, but I didn't know what you code, if that makes sense, because I knew you learned a language and it was just like learning any other language, but I didn't realize the like number of applications to it because yeah, because in the Project Lead the Way courses, they also asked questions about like, "Oh, like, how do you think this is, like, beneficial in this field?" Or they'll, like, integrate a different field into the questions that they're asking, and I think that was really helpful for me to realize that I don't have to do just computer science, I can also add business to it as well. Or I can add, like you said your friend added, like, marine science to it as well. So I think it's just, like, the integration of all of that.
That's fantastic. I love that. Good for you for, like, putting that all together too. And that's the power of being, like, the student who's so passionate and involved that you are, and having that deeper knowledge and ability to think through problems that I think we see in our Project Lead the Way students, honestly. So that's awesome.
But yeah, no, it's incredible, Project Lead the Way. But yeah, and so on that note, I would like to thank you so much for coming in today and talking about Project Lead the Way, and I hope anyone who's watching is also encouraged to take those classes that are offered in our district. And yeah, and I want to thank our viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Proud to be LBUSD podcast.